Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous.
What's up, baby? Did you miss me?
Hello, it's me, your girl Anastassja.Mariah, and I am back with another video.
Only been a few hours, but it felt like days. Only been days, but it felt like months.
I know it's been a very long time since you've seen me. I believe my last YouTube video was uploaded in March, like shortly before my birthday or so. And since then, I haven't made any type of content on the platform, but that's all for a good reason. So I just really wanted to make today's video today to kind of give you guys like a life update of, you know, where I've been, what's been going on. And I think I'm in a good place where I can share it with you guys.
Hey, bitch.
So to go ahead and just kind of put it out there where I've been. So I've been home a lot of the time grieving. Yes, guys, grieving. I took a lot of time I've been trying to film this video for some time, but grief, it just comes when it comes, and sometimes it's so unexpected you just don't know how to navigate through it. And for me, when I was going through the hard times, I was just unable to even talk. I'm not going to make this video long, but I am grieving the loss of a parent. I did lose my father. I lost my father on June 20th, 2025 to cancer. My dad is my superhero. Okay, my dad was diagnosed with cancer August of 2024. I made a couple videos prior to my last one stating that there was a conversation that I wanted to have, and then during that time, him being in and out the hospital just took a lot on me, and my content was getting so behind that by the time you guys were seeing videos, it was already going into the next year. So I was just I just never took the time to really make a video to even give you guys the update, because like I said, he was diagnosed in August of 2024. My dad was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer, right? And the colon cancer, stage 4, just freaked me out to begin with. Stage 4 colon cancer, like, what? Are you serious? So ultimately, we found out that he has stage 4 colon cancer, and they want to do a surgery as soon as possible to take out as much of the cancerous mass as they can. And they did that. That brought that down to stage 3. So my dad had to continue the chemo and things like that for some time. Down the line, the cancer was just being a lot faster. And not to mention, my dad was 74 years old. 73 when diagnosed with, 74 when he passed. He was recommended to get colonoscopies. So this is a message for the gentleman or any men in your life. Like, he was definitely told to get his colonoscopies. And if you guys ever do, you know, any men, you know, when you get to that age, I'm sure it's a bit awkward and uncomfortable, but please take care of yourself. Like, if you're recommended you should start getting your colonoscopies, please go get your colonoscopies. Like, my dad was under the assumption that like stool tests and stuff like that, if those came back fine, everything else was fine, and that wasn't the case. So, you know, time passed, they did the surgery, and the chemo was going okay, you know, and things like that for a minute, probably into the new year. But it took a turn basically around my birthday, basically around March. My dad fell, and there was also an incident where he got rushed to the hospital because he got a real bad like pneumonia, and things just started kind of happening back to back. Then it got to a point where the chemo was adding a lot of stress on his liver. They took him off chemo for a while because an issue had happened, but before they decided to put him back on, they needed to get, you know, more information and more research if it was going to cause more strain to his body, because, you know, if you're feeding these things through the liver and it's not processing normally, because he still had little pieces, he had blockages in his liver as well through all of this stuff that's been going on. So they went into the liver and they tried to remove some little blockages. I don't know all the terminology, so I apologize, but overall, the blockages weren't going to work. And if they were to try to push the chemo on top of that, he could bleed out quicker than he would just pass away naturally. And I have footage that, you know, I've recorded. I was trying my best to be active. End of May. Basically in May, that's when me and my sister and my brother would talk more often about me making sure I take time to come see our dad. Just to kind of, if you haven't been like someone who's been on my channel like that much, and I'm sorry for the inconsistency, but I have mentioned that, you know, me and my family as a whole don't have like the closest relationship. My dad was always my superhero, even if, you know, I felt like he didn't notice me or I didn't feel validated by him. I just always, he was still always my number two, you know, after God, but he was my superhero. So it made me very, very anxious because me and him weren't talking as much as I would like, or if we did talk, the conversations were so vague and so short, and he didn't seem interested in me, but I, you know, of course, asked things about him. And it was like that even prior to him being sick. He was just not affectionate. I didn't have affectionate parents. I'm the complete opposite, honey. But yeah, I ended up getting like caregiver leave through my job, and I left. I took the train to South Carolina, and then I drove and rode with my sister to Virginia. We drove. So when I took the train to South Carolina, I came a couple days early so that I can watch my youngest niece graduate from high school. So Sade, congrats to you, girl. So this video is super late. She graduated in June. Or like May, end of May, like the last one of my sister's kids to graduate. So I did throw in some footage of this so you guys can kind of see. It really wasn't good. And then I let one of my great nieces hold my camera, so you'll probably see her in there as well. So I'm looking off to the side because I'm looking at my laptop. And then I get to Virginia. Now, when I first get to Virginia, my dad's in the hospital because he's recovering from a blood infection. So these are things that just have happened, you know, from one infection in the lungs to pneumonia to, you know, just certain things were happening. So he had a blood infection and he was about to get out. He actually got out the day that I came. So I was there with him when we came in the afternoon, and we were there pretty much all day. And the first time my dad saw me and I saw him, he said, "I got fat." And I'm like, "You are skin and bones." You know, it was very hard to see. I haven't actually seen my dad since I was, I think, 18 or 19, maybe early 20s. I just don't remember. And unfortunately, I just don't remember, you guys. And please don't judge me. I'm able to talk very monotone in this video because I promise you, I have been through it, stink, okay? So I pull up there, you know, I see him, and I'm just, you know, I spend time with him. I have a lot of videos. I am not in a place where I can input too many videos that were of my dad in a sick place. I won't be adding those to this video, but I have so many clips in my phone. I recorded everything in my phone from, you know, the time when he was in the hospital to the very end. I recorded a lot. We got some of his favorite foods, you know, and then the doctor comes in, and I think this was when it really hit me. It's one thing to just come and see him, and I know he's in the hospital, but when the doctor comes and explains everything, and the doctor says that there isn't anything else they could do, and like he even got choked up, I think that's when it really like sunk in my heart. Like it sunk to my stomach, and I'm like, they're telling me this, but at the same time they're also saying, before I got there they were saying, you know, 6 to 12 months. Then it was like, you know, he's probably got 6 months left. When you get off of the chemo medication and the radiation and all the things that happen, because I don't know them all, depending on how strong your body is as well after all the chemo and radiation, and maybe your age is an influence, and what you've done to you, you know, you've treated your body over the years, like all of that changes the dynamic of the trajectory of how long. So let me state that my dad got out of the hospital on June 2nd, and my dad passed away on June 20th, 2025. And so I attempted to vlog when I was there. I didn't get too much, but I did get, you know, some brief stuff. There's a clip that I'm about to play for you guys of my dad at his freaking award pinning ceremony that was done at his house in the living room, and I recorded it. So this is kind of where you get to see my dad at his, you know, he was able to talk and move around and stuff like that, like within the first about week or so when he got home. Say hey to the camera, Daddy.
Say what now?
I said say hey to the camera.
Look at the camera.
I said say hey.
Hey.
You know, I do vlogs on YouTube.
No,
So I do vlogs on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Don't put me on no YouTube.
I'm gonna put you where I want to put you.
What the fuck?
Shoot, this is my memory. I'm gonna record your pinning.
That's right.
You can do that.
Okay.
But don't do crazy stuff.
I remember a couple of years ago, I did apply for a position, and the interview to me went very well, but somebody had told me about the job because I was looking for another job.
I said, what? She said, yeah.
So Mr. Rufus L. Gibbs, this is a certificate of appreciation. This certificate is awarded to Rufus L. Gibbs. We, the members of Star Spangled Heroes, salute you as a veteran of the United States Armed Forces. Our grateful nation thanks you for your patriotism to our country. And this is signed by me, Chaplain Desmond Nivens, United States Navy, retired. So I'll give that to you. And then we can smile for the picture.
Yes. Perfect.
You know, I didn't mean to call.
No, you're fine, Daddy. I got to.
You're making me cry.
And this is this is our veteran's pin, United States veteran.
Yes.
So this is what you are, sir. So I'm going to pin you with this United States veteran pin.
All right.
Mr. Rivers Gibbs, thank you for your service and sacrifice to our country. We deeply appreciate your courage and dedication. Your bravery and commitment to protecting our freedoms is inspiring. This pin is a symbol of our gratitude for your service. We honor you for the life you dedicated to serving our nation, and your story is one of strength and resilience. And may our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, Mr. Rufus, continue to bless you and continue to keep you in all that you do. Amen?
Amen.
Amen. All right.
So you'll see me trying to like open up a vlog video. Hey guys, it's been a while since I picked up a vlog camera and spoke to the camera, and hopefully you guys can hear me with this fan blowing. But the little clips that I have gotten, I'm in Virginia at my childhood home, well, one of them, at my dad's, and he is sick. Excuse me. We're gonna holler fuck cancer. Okay? But all the family's here. Majority of the family's here. And we're here to spend our time with him before that time comes. And so you guys will get a little glimpse of my life and what my life has been like since August of last year. Not so much back at home in Jacksonville, but while I'm here, I'm gonna accumulate as many clips as I can. There will be people maybe giving some messages to my dad, and you know, I hope to put it all together so that he can see what we have to say and everything like that. But I just wanted to give you guys a little intro. The fans are blowing around my house, or my dad's house, because for those of you who may know, if you've ever gone through chemo or ever had someone that you know go through chemo, it makes you very cold. And also, he's anemic, so the house is a lot warmer than what I'm used to, and a lot of the kids are used to. Well, we're young adults now, but you know. So I just wanted to give a little introduction. Your girl Anastassja.Mariah is here, and welcome to my vlog. But when I tell you it was 3 people with him at a time, like trying to assist him to use the bathroom, to give him a bath, to wipe his butt, to give him a sip of water. Like, my dad went from walking on a cane to being have to be pushed in a wheelchair to literally not being able to leave the bed within a 2.5 week span. He did not. He literally we had to call 911 on Father's Day. I thought I was going to lose my dad on Father's Day. He got to a point where he was unable to like drink, swallow, and he was making these weird like noises. And for people who have gone through this before, you know that noise. Y'all know that noise, and I'm not going to mock it or anything because it could be traumatizing to somebody out there, but he made this noise, and I was panicking. His wife was panicking, and it was just a lot. It was a lot that was going on in that morning. It was like 4:40 in the morning, or it was, you know, so we're going to the hospital. We're meeting him there. They give him IVs, and he's rehydrated. And in my mind, I'm like, oh my God, like all he needed was some water. But then I immediately thought, like, when he's out of this, right, he's able to talk and eat and everything right now. He was doing everything. I mean, still very, very tired, but he was able to do it. I was like, this all it took was us to, why can't we get him an IV? Like, they don't give you that kind of stuff on hospice. Like, maybe palliative care, I don't know, but I know hospice, they're just giving you comfort meds. Like, we had a bunch of comfort meds we could give him, but there was none of that other stuff, you know what I mean? So, oh my God, like, I was so scared because when he got back, he was able to use the bathroom many, many times, and he wanted all these things to eat. I was able to feed him, and he was talking to me and listening, and all of a sudden, like, the next day and the next 2 days after that is when he got back to literally not even being able to open his mouth, to swallow, to remember to chew. And that's when I knew, I'm like, this is, I mean, it's like, wow, it's just moving so fast. Like, the nurses would come, and it went from 12 weeks to 3 weeks to maybe a week left. Like, within a few days, you guys. Like, all of my siblings were there, but one of my siblings were not there. They were not there up until 5 days before my dad passed because of his job. He didn't have the same type of maybe PTO and like benefits, you know? And so for him, he got to spare. I feel like he was spared that trauma that could have taken place, because for me, I felt like I felt like I had to show up. I felt like every time someone called my name, they call me Anna, but don't call me Anna. But every time Anna, help, like, you know, can help me move your dad, help me, I'm always showing up, but my blood pressure was through the roof. That day came, we were woken up, like we had just left him. And she's like, I just went to go make him something to drink. And she came back and she just couldn't believe that his chest wasn't moving anymore. You know, and I was staring at him, and it's like I knew, but I didn't want to say it out of my mouth. And so my sister knew, but she kept trying to, like, his wife kept trying to listen, and my sister works in the medical field, so she knew all the things, but she put the blood pressure cuff on my dad that morning, and it gave an error message. And so that's when she knew, like, you know, everybody, we just kind of sat there in silence. All of us sat there in silence. The hospice nurse had to come to declare his time of death. So that took some time, but I know what time as well. After he passed, I stayed a few more days, and me and my sister had to leave because my dad was a veteran, if you guys didn't know. But when you're a veteran, sometimes it can take time. If you're going to be buried at like a veterans memorial place, it can take time before there's an available ceremony. So I came back home for about a week. I could have stayed on leave, but someone at my job told my business before I could tell my business, but I won't dwell on that. But I just want to say, like, I'm really trying to get past this because I'm getting emotional, but I just want to say that the funeral for my dad was exactly how he wanted it to be. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. You know, that hit me more. We had the church one. His wife was very into the church and things like that. And my dad, I won't speak on his relationship with God, but I do feel like that part of the funeral was more for doing that out of love for his wife, and I'm all for it. But I think the one that really tugged at my heart was the one that was like with the gun shooting and stuff like that, and the folding of the flag, like that really took me, boy. But I'm happy. I remember when we had to go pick out the uniform that my dad would be buried in, because he was losing his eyesight too, like real quickly, y'all. But that was one of the last things that my dad was able to nod his head and let me know that he sees and he was happy about. So I will always remember that. I remember how he grabbed my hand. That was that last time he grabbed my hand the night before he passed. Like, I knew that was him telling me something, you know? Like he was trapped inside but couldn't talk. We just kept moisturizing his lips, you know, because he was unable to swallow. I've cried so much. So I get back to Jacksonville, and a lot of my life was work and sleep. There are times I spend a lot of time with Nova. You know, I try to take care of things around the house. I even tried to get myself out. Like, I tried to keep myself busy with doing things around the house. I struggled with just feeling happy about decisions that I still struggle with being happy and content with decisions that I've made. But, you know, I went to Discovery Cove with one of my best friends. We went to Discovery Cove. So I will be editing like that reel. It's going to be wintertime by the time that comes out, but I'm going to do like short form content on that. But guys, I've just really been like For the first, so each quarter of my job, you can get a bonus. I didn't get bonus for the first or second quarter because life was shit. Like, my dad was in the hospital on my birthday. He couldn't even tell me happy birthday. His wife's birthday was while he was in hospice, and I have a video of him singing happy birthday to her to the best of his ability, but he tried to sing it to her, and I think that it was just so sweet, you know? I've been navigating this thing called life through grief. There are sentimental things that I have boxed up. My brother, the one that I told you wasn't actually present when my dad passed. He left a few days earlier. He moved to Charleston, South Carolina from Blaine, Washington, so now he's only a few hours away from me, and I will be driving to go pick those items up that my dad left for me. I mean, I'm sure you can understand why I've been avoiding that, but that's just very hard for me. Even just being around them all at the same time, especially my brother Russell. He just turned 41, by the way. So happy belated birthday, even though I already told him happy birthday on his birthday, but he just turned 41. He looks just like my dad. And so some of the stuff that I grabbed, like I have my dad's slippers. These are the slippers he wore around the house when he was on his walker or on his cane. But honestly, y'all, I've been grieving, you know, like a lot of sleep, a lot of no energy to do much at all. Just much. I'm just able to show up for work, and I'm happy in a way because work has been so slow that I get to leave in the middle of the day and go to sleep. Like I have a big old thing of sleep aids. Like I was taking them left and right. I did get on a weight loss kind of plan. So I got some compounded semaglutide. So I've been on that since the end of July, and it ends in December. The end of December. And I've lost a total of 24 pounds as of now. So we're not, I won't hold you. I have not been consistent in the gym. So that's coming up next. But I've been wanting to do this video for a minute now. So I'm sorry that I'm at 22 minutes already. This video is a lot longer than I planned on it being, but I do feel like I needed to get one out to you guys. Am I back on YouTube? Yeah, I'm definitely gonna come back on YouTube. I definitely want to get back to introduce and let you guys get to know me all over again, because I'm definitely not the same woman that I was in previous videos. I mean, I'm still into the fashion, the beauty and stuff like that, but this time it will be navigating as well with the grieving part of it all, because for me, it sneaks up on me at any time. I don't wish this on anybody, but it's very traumatizing. Like, I know people be like, oh my God, I would just love to be by, you know, you say all these things, but when you're watching it happen, like, I hate cancer so bad. It is cancer so bad. Like, cancer so bad. Like, I want to scream it so loud, because 74 is, you know, my dad lived a long life. I hated to watch the journey. I hated how angry they can get. He wasn't nice. He was frustrated. You know, he needed to still have some type of level of control. And I totally understand that. I really do. And everybody was so hurt in it. There's still some strain in, you know, other relationships I have within my family. In my opinion, this is something that I say. I don't know how, you know, other people feel, but I'll say that, you know, I'm just being honest. Like, things are not what I always thought they would be afterwards. And I'm okay with that. You know, I'm just praying for my own peace. I know that I still have a lot of healing to do. You know, you don't get closure all the time. And you have to be okay with that. And I've been building my relationship with God and everything like that. But I'm going to need y'all help if you care to help. Like, if you've ever been through an experience of losing a family member or a parent. Oh my gosh. I'm not going to cry, bro. I'm not going to cry. I feel like it's going to burst out of me. And I think that's why I'm like, inside I can feel myself like, no. A lot has changed. I'm not the same woman, you know. And a lot will be changing. And I want to bring you guys with me along my journey. But I just want it to really come with a life update. There's going to be more vlogs. I've been getting out more. I've been trying to shop and try different hairstyles. Child, baby, we're not even going to talk about what we got going on here. New hair tools, and then I wanted to try a hairstyle, but then the hair tool looked weird, so I flipped it up in the back, and now we got a straight bang with curl. We're just tread lightly, okay? Tread lightly on me. A lot's been going on, y'all. I want to pray for Jamaica. I hope they catch all the monkeys. You know, our president. I won't go into that. I'm just praying for everyone. I'm just gonna pray for everyone, because I'm just gonna pray for I continue to pray for everyone. But yeah, if you're someone who's lost a parent or just a loved one close to you, like, how do you navigate these days? Like, I'd love to know that. We can talk about it in the comments. And I hope this video was insightful for someone or anybody who actually cared about where I've been. I thank you to those who were checking on me. Like, I have definitely just kind of checked out, you know. I still replay so much. There's a lot that I can't play that I have so many videos, but you guys will see like a pinning ceremony. I don't think I even really talked about it, but there's a pinning ceremony that I added in here of my dad, and he was so happy. Like, he was so happy. And I'm happy that I recorded that too on my actual DSLR, because a lot of the footage, most of the footage is on my phone, but this one I filmed that specifically, so I inputted that so you guys can see how happy he was. You know what I'm saying? But yes, I'm here, I'm back. That was my life update. Work is still work. Oh, I am in the middle of like an interview process right now about a internal role that I applied for. We'll see if I'm not really worried about getting offered the job. I'm really worried about what they're gonna offer me for pay. Like, we're not doing lateral, Buki. It never gave lateral move. I just need them to understand. But yeah, definitely comment below. I'd love to interact with you guys, hear more from you guys. And I just want to thank you so much for taking the time out to watch me. Someone who hasn't been completely the most consistent person as of late. So thank you. And I'm sending you guys love and light, and I will see you in the next video. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe if you'd like to join the family. I'd love to have you here. See you guys in the next video.